Hey guys, Crazy Aaron here again. I hope you enjoyed yesterday's little show. We've got a great one planned for you today. We're going to start off again with the Ultimate Putty Challenge because it's just a source of so many great, fun, simple activities that I know you can do because you probably have some thinking putty at home. Yesterday I used Rock'em Red to play Snapmasters, and I challenged you, my audience, to see who could do better. I had 40. Who do you think came up with more? I'll tell you who. It was Jackson. You sent me a video. I saw the proof. I'm telling you all, I saw it. He did 42, which is a very lucky number. And congratulations to you. I'm going to go over to our store here, the shop at Putty World, and pick out one of our brand new thinking putties, which I don't think you've even seen yet because they just came out. They're going to be very cool. Congratulations, Jackson, and thank you for entering. Now, we're going to do another game. Something different. Maybe you have a chance to show Crazy Aaron how good you are. This is Power Up Purple, and we're going to play a game called Arc to Triumph. I didn't even, oh, look, there's the card right on top. What are the odds? It's always right on top. It's always on top. Here's how we're going to play. We're going to take our putty, and we're going to make two pieces out of our putty. 2/3 and 1/3. So now it's a math problem. 2/3 and 1/3. So imagine we're going to break it into 3 even pieces, and then we're going to put 2 of them together. That's 2/3. That's 1/3. We're going to take the 2/3 and we're going to make it into an arc, an arch, if you will, from the French. The Arc to Triumph was built to celebrate French military victories. It was built in, I want to say, like 1806, and it is huge. And so we are going to celebrate that here with our arch. In fact, I think it was the biggest arch in the world for more than 100 years. It's crazy to think about. And I believe it took, you know, today you see they put up a building, you see they start construction, and 6 months later there's a building. This building, that arch took 30 years to make. Pretty crazy. Anyway, we've got our ball, we've got our arch. I'm going to turn it a little sideways just to be easier for me. And the idea here is we're going to set the timer, start, and how many times can we roll the ball through the arch? Oh, what's happening? The arch is melting because putty melts. Thinking putty always melts. And I'm going to keep track here. I think that's 6, 7, 8. Now, part of this, 9, is that if it melts too much, I can make it taller, 10. But that takes precious time, 11, 12. Oh, it's starting. Oh, 13. Oh, I'm going to have to make it taller now. Make it a little bigger. 13, 14. 15,
about 10 or 12
16,
seconds.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I just made 22. Do you think you can do a better job? I know you can. So go ahead, give it a try tonight, and send in your video. I want to see it. And I've got a special prize for whoever that winner is out there. Now, let's put away the Ultimate Putty Challenge. And I'd like to tell you a little bit about one of my favorite things, which is invisible stuff. I love things that are invisible, and I know you do too. The only problem is that in the real world, very few things are actually invisible. And if they were, how would you even find them, right? Well, that was sort of the idea behind a product I know many of you have, which is liquid glass. How can we make a putty that is so clear that it actually almost seems to be not even in there? We're going to open this up. Look at that, right? I mean, I know many of you have seen this before. It's really, really beautiful and clear. In fact, I have a giant amount of it right here. So what we did here is we made this cylinder and we filled it with liquid glass. I'm going to say there's about 10, almost 10 pounds in there. I'm trying to think about how much the plastic weighs. about 10 pounds of liquid glass, and in it, this is fun. We put these 2-inch tins, these little tins we have, these minis. I put half of them filled with pennies and half of them with nothing in them at all. So what do you think happens when I just let them sit here? I'm not going to answer that question yet. You guys send in your comments. Phil behind the camera is going to let me know if any of you guess what happens when half of them have pennies and half of them just have air.
A lot of them are just wowed at the moment.
Wow, you like that, right? So
they sink.
Here's our liquid glass, and it's cool and it's fun and it's beautiful. Now, because I was so obsessed with invisible, I actually wasn't listening very well to you, my customers, all of the fans of Thinking Putty around the world, because what you were asking for was colors. You wanted clear, but in colors. And I said, no, because if it has color, then it won't really be clear. We all know the difference between hearing and listening, right? Well, I finally woke up and started to listen, and look what I was able to create. This is Rose Lagoon and falling water, and you can see how clear they are while still having colors. The other neat thing about them is that I was able to add that special sparkle, which you can see. I'm gonna shine my little phone light on here. You can see they sparkle, but what I didn't want is to not to make them clear. And so now when we hold them up to the bright light, you can see the putty factory there in the distance there. You can see that other than some air bubbles, they are clear. Everything you see there is not dirt, it's not glitter, it's just air bubbles. And so now we can peel up some of our, oh, look at that. Here it comes.
Oh, they like the sparkle.
They like the sparkle. Well, right, because everything is better when it has sparkle. And you can see what that looks like. It's really beautiful and mesmerizing. Why is that important? Well, we've all got a little time on our hands these days. And the more we stretch and squeeze and kind of work out our frustrations and our anxieties and all of our fidgets, the better we're going to be able to do at the work at hand. For a lot of you, that's schoolwork. For some of us grown-ups, that's real work. But either way, Thinking Putty is at the ready to help us.
They want to know if this was the hardest putty to create.
In some ways, yes. And in some ways, no. Some of the magnetic putties and making them really magnetic, that's actually sort of more of a hard technical challenge. For making Rose Lagoon and making falling water, it actually was more of a challenge on how do we manufacture it, right? Like I could make it in the lab, but how do we make enough of it that we could actually sell to the world, to all of you, without having color in it or specks or other problems that make it not look amazing. And anything less than amazing is not good enough for me. So we made it, we figured it out. It took many years. I'm glad I started listening rather than just hearing. I want to call out to you that if you were to place an order for any of these products via our website, puttyworld.com, and you also send an email to our customer care email, customercare@puttyworld.com, with the name of your local toy store retailer, we will actually credit them for the sale of this product. I know that a lot of toy retailers today are having a hard time. They've had to close their doors. They're doing curbside pickup, etc. But for some of our new product that they may not have yet, it's a great way to be able to get it and also support your local community at the same time. So you place the order, you send an email, just include the name of the store. If you don't spell it perfectly, we know every toy store there is out there. We will figure it out. We will get it right. Don't worry. And thank you all for supporting your local businesses. They really are the bedrock of every community where you all live. So with that said, we're going to wrap up for today. I really appreciate you tuning in. We've got even more fun set up for tomorrow, maybe some new and exciting props. We'll see what happens. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.